Thank you so much. My name is Tony and you're live from Go Journal Television. And we're coming to you live from the center of Achole administrative unit, that is Gulu City. We know very well that the president is traversing the country trying to solicit for the vote. And this time around, he is coming here to Gulu City and of course to northern Uganda, starting from Amuro, Lamuo, Made, Agago, and of course winding up in the tourism region from Agago. But now the question says, this is the seventh time that the president is coming to northern Uganda soliciting for the vote. Since 1995, 1996 election, we have the 2000 election, 2021 election, and here we are coming to 2026. There are lots of news, a lot of things which have been happening around the region here. Of course, not forgetting some of them. You know, the issue of land conflicts within the land, within the region, the issue of Malala eviction, and of course, when we talk about that, we don't forget about the current situation which is going on. That is actually cattle compensation, which talks agenda so much. So we are asking ourselves that, is this going to crown out all these things and bring the solution to it? Of course, we know of recent he has been meeting some of the leaders and leaders of actually subregion from a week back. We ask ourselves that, how far has the committee gone with their organization that they were given the mandate that they were given, that they should send in the committee that to help this. But now, when you look at NRM really pride themselves with the gains that they say that they have really embedded during their last 30 years in the government. Of course, they talked about patriotism, socio-economic transformation, of course, education and quality healthcare. But since we know the president is coming to the region with the national cry of the teachers still at the corridor, the issue of salary disparities, which ranges between the science and the arts teachers, still tops another agenda. So we ask ourselves and we ask you that, what do you think the president should come to tackle in Achole land as far as is coming and soliciting for the vote? And what confidence makes you believe that he is still the right candidate that should be entrusted with another terms of office after the past 36 years of leadership? And of course, we bring to you the spokesperson for the NRM Gulu City, that is Mr. Honorable Samuel Agwani, to bring some of the highlights to this.
Thank you, my brother Tony from the Luo Journal. I am Oyet Samuel Agwani, the NRM Publicity Secretary for Gulu City, who double as the chairman of Achole NRM Publicity Forum. I am extremely grateful to my party NRM for doing our level best in letting the people understand what we stand for. As NRM party, we stand on 4 core principles. Number 1, we believe in patriotism, that is love for your country. Number 2, we believe in Pan-Africanism. That is, we work together as African states to ensure that everybody is at peace. Number 3, we believe in democracy. Number 4, we believe in socio-economic transformation. So my focus and discussion will be embedded on those 4 core principles because our scores come from those 4 core principles. This is our 7 rounds of election as NRM. The first round was in 1996, the second round was in 2001, the third round was in 2006 where the multi-party political dispensation came on board. Then the fourth was in 2011. Then 2016, the 5th, and 2021, the 6th. 2026 is now the 7th election. As NRM, we endorse through a democratic process a presidential candidate who double as the sitting president of this country, that is General Yoweri Museveni Kaguta. And we flag off the campaign by launching the manifesto in Luero. Then later on, we started our first campaign from Amolata district in Lango sub-region. We concluded successfully Lango sub-region. Then later on, we moved to West Nile. We will conclude West Nile on 20th in the morning with Ajumani district. Then later on in the afternoon, we'll enter actually sub-region from Moro district, whereby the presidential rally will be in Pabo Town Council. Now, our slogan for this year's election is protecting the gain. And when we talk about the gains, we begin with peace, abundant peace in the country. In 1996, when NRM, 86, when NRM joined government, we had rebels in all corners of the country. Actually was not at peace because we had Lord Resistance Army coupled with Alice Lakwena, you know very well. West Nile was not stable. Karamoja, we had serious raids. Guns was in everybody's hands. When you move to Western Uganda, you go to area of Rwenzori, we had ADF and many others. But as I talk now, you can move from Gulu to any part of the country. Somebody can move from Kisoro to Lamo. Somebody from Lamo can move to Mbali, to Busia at any time without any problem. But if you recall back, we used to have people in internally displaced person camps, whereby we had Pabo camps, IDP camps, Atanga, everywhere in this part of the sub-region. But now as I talk, we have abundant peace. Peace is everywhere. And that is a cardinal point that we dwell on as one of the gains. Because without peace, development cannot move on. Peace brings development. I want to tell you right now, we used not to have tarmac road from Gulu to the border of South Sudan. We used not to have tarmac road from Gulu to Nimule to Juba. But right now we have tarmac road. That is the gain we are protecting. We used not to have electricity in the whole of West Nile. But in 2024, they entered in the national grid. That is the gain we are protecting. There are several gains. We used to have only one public university in the country. And the one public university was Makerere University. But right now in every sub-region, we have a public university. If there is a sub-region without public university, but there is a constituency college of an attached public university. For example, Gulu University was given back by Makerere University, whereby some of the staff from Makerere University were given to start Gulu University. Among them is the former Vice Chancellor, Pen Mogi. And the current Vice Chancellor of Gulu University, Professor Penjuru George Lada, was part of the staff of Makerere University that was seconded to come and start Gulu University. But Gulu University alone also gave birth to Muni University for West Nile. That is on record. Gulu University is now giving birth to a university in Busoga because we have a constituency college in Oyima. Gulu University has given birth to Lira University. Gulu University is now giving birth to Moroto University in Karamoja. So I'm telling you that is the gain we are protecting. Because right now you cannot only go to Makerere University if you want to get or attain a university degree. You can now move any part of the country and get your university. We also want to say within the domain and the principle of democracy, we used not to have women representative in parliament. But through affirmative action, that came out of pro-amalgamation of the 1995 Constitution that allows for affirmative action to come in on board. Right now we have women members of parliament in all the districts. Not only that, the disabilities were left out. Right now at all levels of decision making, we have representative of disabilities. The youth were left out. But right now from LC1 up to parliamentary, up to cabinet level, we have representative of young people. Not only that, the older persons, the workers. Not only that, even right now we have the UPDF in parliament. So I'm telling you, in democracy, I want to say that we have scored. Because right now, LC1, they have their own government, LC2, there is a government, LC3, at all levels. So that if people have crisis, people have problem in their respective locality, they are able to access leaders who can come in to settle those problems. So I'm telling you that people who are viewing us, people who are listening to me, those are the gain that we are protecting. When we look at markets development, Gulu main market was built during this regime. Lira main market, Kitgum main market, Arua main market, name them. Those are the gains we are protecting as NRM. So I'm telling you, immunization, we used to have polio everywhere before NRM government came into power. But right now it's very difficult for you to get those children with polio because immunization has become a government agenda that young people must be vaccinated against 6 killer diseases, whereby right now it's a gone issues. So I'm telling you, government also realized it is important to promote the USC and UPE. In 1996 campaign, the president made a commitment to Ugandans that when you gave me power, you re-elected me, I'll give free universal primary education. And in 1997, we started implementing up to date. We used to have licensed teachers, but right now we have available teachers. Those are the gains we are protecting. Now, it is government policy, NRM policy, that every parish must have a schools. And we have tried our best. Parishes without primary schools are those parishes that has been recently created, whereby government is also having a plan to put primary schools. Those are the gains we are protecting. Let's look at the seed secondary schools. We used to have few secondary schools, but government through liberalization policy accepted also private institutions, private individuals, private organizations to invest in education. And right now we have many private schools, but beside that one, government said no, let there be seed secondary school in every sub-county in this country. And every year budget, the national budget, there is allocation that is given for the establishment of seed secondary school to those sub-counties that has been recently created so that they benefit out of that. So I'm telling you, there are several gains that we pride ourselves of that we are protecting. And I want to look at socio-economic transformation. Government now came out with a government program that is Paris Development Model, whereby right now we are discussing how best we can increase the money. I want to give you an example. When you go to Kitgumatiri, there is a parish called Jerusalem. You can go and make follow-up. Parish called Jerusalem in Kitgumatiri, the entire household got the PDM. And that is the gain we are protecting. So there are several gains. In Gulu City here, we used to have borders who use bicycles. But do you see them now? Those are the gains in transport sector. You go to big towns, you get borders. Now they have upgraded to motorcycle. Those are the few gains that I may not mention them all. If I begin, we can end up the day. We can get to the morning without me finishing the games. There are several games.
Now, Mr. Samuel,
yes, sir.
Of course, what that has been in power for over 30 years. I know you pride yourself with a lot of gains that you, but now somebody may ask that out of all these gains that we are now protecting, how do we see the sustainability of other sectors? We have talked about the schools, we have seen teachers recently going to strike, and we have seen the markets which have been developed. When you go and deep inside dig, you still find that the tenants or the people who are hiring those lockups from the market, either they are being charged exorbitantly. So is this the kind of a gain that maybe someone would say that you're trying to protect as a party?
I want to agree with you, my brother, that bottlenecks are there. I cannot say there are not issues to be addressed. That is why we have a manifesto. That is why we are campaigning. We said we have achieved this, we have failed in this, and we are ready to correct. I want to tell you, as the spokesperson of NRM of Gulu City and the official spokesperson of NRM in Acholi sub-region, I want to say there are issues, there are challenges that we are also meeting. Yeah? And I want to give you an example. In the market right now, we have issues of the power blackout, whereby it's an agenda that we need to really work in the next manifesto to ensure that in all these markets, we can have a standby generator for them to operate normally. Then we also issues pertaining the teachers. I want to say that, first of all, we appreciate them as NRM, and it is their fundamental right to advocate. But look back, those days we used to have teachers who are paid 48,000 shillings. But government, NRM government, when you check the record, they have been committing themselves by increasing also salary. We now raise to about 600 plus. We may say it is not yet enough, and money will not be enough for everybody. But we have many issues to attend to. I want to stand with the teachers that government is not paying a debt here. We are trying our level best to see priority lists, because government works with priorities. Even in your family, you work with priorities. I'm telling you, my brother, behind the camera, in your family, you have issues, you have challenges. If you tell me you don't have challenges, then you're lying me. So as NRM government, we don't need to lie to people that we don't have few issues that we need to address. That is why manifesto come to settle problem. You see, in policy making, you come out with policies when there is a problem. If there is no problem, you don't need to come out with policies, because policies come to address challenges that comes on board. So I want to commit myself on behalf of the team that government is working all round the clock to ensure that those issues can easily be addressed. And I'm telling you, there are several engagements that are going on with the UNATO, and we really appeal to them that don't fear. Government of NRM is very much willing to stand with you, is very much willing to listen to you, is very much willing to ensure that your welfare, your standard of living must be commensurate to what they pay you. And I think we are determined, and we will do some good miracle there.
Maybe lastly,
Yes.
we are seeing the president is coming, and just so recently was there at a which, of course, Memorial College, you do understand there's a lot of issues still within Acholi sub-region here that needs handling. I don't know, what are those partner issues that you have set with the committee and you've tried to resolve that these are the issues that we need to present to the president and we would see it worked out. Firstly, we have the land conflict issues. We have the Balalo evictions, that's the presidential order number 2 and 3. We have the cattle compensation. So, which one are we zeroing here? Because for peace, we're assured of that and no one will attempt to evict.
Thank you, my colleague, for the question. I want to thank the president for being a gentleman who will listen to the people. Being a good leader, you must be able to listen and don't rush to make a decision. A committee has been set to handle the issues that emanated out of the cattle compensation. Actually, committee is there, and I want to report to you, Teso and Lango, they have settled. They have now given report to the president. But up to now, actually, is still delaying. They have not yet submitted their report. I am telling you, in our opinion, as NRM leaders, we think these issues have taken over just long time. It's now overdue. So we believe that government need now to do restocking per household. Let everybody get, and we settle the matter. Because there are a lot of issues that are coming out of the association. You understand very well because you are a gentleman in the media, in the public media domain, and you believe and understand and you have a lot of information about that. So to me and our team, we believe that let the president and government of Uganda under NRM regime should be able to give to every household on the numbers that will be agreed upon. Let's put the money on the national budget, we clear, then we relax so that we can call it, we end the chapter. Number 2, you talk about, which one again did you talk about?
The land
land issues. I want to tell you, the framers of the 1995 Constitution are wise people, and we want to thank them very much, because it is only Uganda, in few other countries, whereby the power of the land ownership is in the hands of the citizen. And even in Uganda, people own land, not government owns land. And if government want to use any land, they come and negotiate. For example, the Presidential Industrial Hub has been established because government engaged the local people, the owners of the land, and fully compensated them. Right now we are looking for the land, and people are giving land for industrial park, about 630 acres, that the Gulu Municipal Council is engaging the community. So I'm telling you, the question of the land gets back to us. Why? Because it is individuals in the community and sometimes leaders who are giving out the land. I want to give an example to you. A gentleman has given a forest, a small forest. They bought the trees, cut off the trees, then the gentleman sold them charcoal, then later on came and said, I want your land. So that is the poverty of the mind, that we need to work on the mindset of our people. It is not the NRM government, because we are the one giving out the land. So to me, I believe there is need for us to be more sensitized on why we need to protect those land. I want to give you an example. If the like of a witch, Ruara witch, between 1888 to 1912, if he had not rejected that this land belonged to people and we have customary land ownership, land would have gone long time ago, because the British wanted the land to be divided into two, like what they did in Buganda. Part of the land be owned by the British, part of the land be owned by the chief, a witch. But a witch said no. In actually, there are 4 categories of people. No, 3 categories of people who own land. 1 are the dead, 2 are the living, and 3 are the unborn. That is why it caused him to be arrested, and he was taken to the current Kololo. And Kololo was named after him. And later on he came back, the British thought he would again accept. He again refused to sign the agreement. You understand? When he refused, again he was taken to Konalang, and Konalang was named Gangming. Because any Chulis or any person who is against the British must be arrested and taken to Gangming. And they believe that those one who were against the British were Luming. Yet to me, they were Jo Mariet, Pene, a witch, and the team, and other Kasoro leaders like Luarolia, Watiak, Laloe Mabeo, Pajule, and many others. If they did not protect our land, we would have not got the land right now. So the question is, there is development coming on board, and there is land ownership. It is now the actually leaders to clearly define it, that if there is any development agenda that is coming, let the land be leased to that, for that project, so that the owners of the land benefit, and at some later time, some years to come, the ownership gets back to the people who gave the land. But the question of that land should be sold, to me, I don't believe. I am not against, but I want to say that there is need for actually people to have their own agenda, and agenda must be pro-development. So it is now the local leadership and the people of actually to set agenda for government, not government to set an agenda for the actually people. That is what I believe, because now if we don't do like that, then the land will go. Because right now you've been moving to villages. People are giving land at a giveaway. There is a village whereby people were buying land like 5 years, 10 years ago at 150,000 per acre. You cannot get that price anywhere in this part of the country. Go to Western Uganda, you buy a piece of land, like 1 acre, about 30 million. So people need to be educated so that the poverty of the mind can be eradicated. That is what we think.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel. Maybe your last message as we wait for the president's coming.
My final last message to the people of actually sub-region and northern Uganda and Uganda as a whole. President will be in actually sub-region on 20th, begins with Amoro district in Pabo in the afternoon hours. Then later on the president will go to Nuaya the following day on 21st, will be in Anaka town on 21st in the morning, and in the afternoon he will proceed to Moro and the rally will be in Opit. And later on 22nd, we shall have a first rally in Lamongo, in Padibe, whereby the president will have a meeting in the rally in the morning. Then later on, a joint rally between Gulu district and Gulu city will be at Kaunda ground in the afternoon on 22nd. Then on 23rd, president begin his rally in the morning from Pajule for Pade district. Then later on in the afternoon, move to Boma ground in Kitgum, between Kitgum municipality and the district. Then later on 24th, the president will move and crown up actually from Agago in Patongo in the morning of 24th. Then on 23rd, I have forgotten, in the evening, we'll have a radio talk show that will be broadcasted in all the radio stations. So I kindly call upon people beyond political lenses, beyond religious lenses, beyond traditional lenses, come in big numbers to welcome President Yoweri Museveni Kaguta at Kaunda ground on 22nd in afternoon, and any other part of the district, part of the sub-region, please join the rally. We also want to inform the public that we are doing a district rally only because there is limited time that was been given by the party, by the Electoral Commission. They have given on 100 days for us to do the rally. But we have about 151 administrative units in the country. And that is why in other rallies we are doing a joint rally. So I really call upon people and the members of the party and people who believe in the principle of NRM and people who believe in the candidature of President Yoweri Museveni Kaguta, please forgive us. We will continue to reach out to you in different avenues. May God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.